Hello, welcome to today's video.
Hello, welcome to Kanazawa, Japan, and finally a sunny day.
Yeah, been a little bit of rough weather here post cherry blossoms. Anyway, today we wanted to talk about 10 reasons you really should be considering leaving the US right now, but we're going to keep it on a positive note. And by the way, I'm Peter.
And I'm Elena.
This is Retire Everywhere. We've been traveling for 4 years around the world. We have explored Asia and Europe and some other places and feel like, this is probably a good topic for today. Hopefully you'll enjoy the video. So again, we want to focus on the positives. Number one.
The world is amazing and generally very welcoming to everybody.
Yeah, we have been 20 plus countries. I can't even remember the count last time, and we keep bouncing around, and we felt welcome even in Spain, where they're kind of tired of tourists. We really didn't run into a lot of issues even there. So don't be afraid. Get out there and see it.
Yes, I believe, sometimes we're so afraid to new things and new places and new cultures, and it's not a reason for that.
Yeah. So number two is it's really not that hard. Whether you're going to travel, maybe you're thinking of relocating, the hardest part is giving up all of the stuff at home and the life that you have. And obviously, if you have close family ties and things like that. But when you go traveling, nobody says you have to stay away all the time. You can go home as often as you want. But again, it's no reason not to go.
I totally agree.
Yep.
I think, it's hard to do or make the first step, but after you experience for the first time, you're probably going to love it.
Yeah. And again, as we've said before, we're not talking about going on vacation. This is a lifestyle. You have to treat it like that. If you treat it like an extended vacation, you're going to spend way over your budget, which we did.
We did.
And you're going to not really experience it because you're just going to be bouncing around like you have to see every site, every place you go. And you don't have to because you can go back and you have the time to do it. Now, our current, method of travel has actually slowed down from what most people call the slow travel lifestyle with that month at a time. Mm-hmm. And we're now spending 1, 2, 3 months in countries and sometimes even in single cities if we're really enjoying it. But that lowers our travel costs, which allows us to have more fun and maintain our budget.
And it's less stressful.
Yes, because as we've said, if you watched our travel videos, some of our other videos, we said the travel days are kind of the worst days. They generally suck. Whether you're taking planes or trains or buses or anything else, they're kind of the hardest days. Just packing up and moving your stuff gets old.
Yes.
So.
The next one is the food is better and healthier. Oh. And believe us, I mean, we've been trying many different kind of food, many different dishes.
Yeah, we've had burgers and Indian food all over the world. We have our comfort foods that when we're tired of eating local, we'll just go find an Indian restaurant because it just, what it's going to taste like. Sometimes a little spicy, but it's really good. And, amazingly, everywhere we go seems to have burgers and pizza and that too, as well as, here I'm eating sushi every day, but that's different. Yeah, healthier. So sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to add something to that. And if you really enjoy fast food, it's McDonald's and Pizza Hut everywhere in the world. Believe us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can always get it. And in fact, it's generally better and cheaper other places. Here in Japan, there's lots of variations of the burgers and chicken sandwiches and all that and fish. But the quality is a lot better in the fast food restaurants here. But you don't have to eat fast food because most of the world is also a little bit less expensive, but that's later.
Yeah.
As for healthier, we go to the markets a lot, the local, fish stands and or seafood stands and meat markets and then veggies. And wow, when you have a tomato that actually tastes like a tomato, you'll realize just how bad it's been back in the States with everything picked before it's ripe and then gassed to look pretty, but it doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, the flavors over there is, I mean, it doesn't appeal like, I don't want to sound terrible, but.
And we're trying to be positive.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hard in that subject, but anyway, let's talk about something different, please.
Yes. So number 5 is you can find your happy place. Now, for us, that's the beach. So we go to different beaches in all these different countries. We just recently went to Okinawa, Japan, which is Southern Islands, way down south. Still wasn't particularly warm, but it was beautiful, different types of beaches. But that's for us where we like to go when we do love going to the mountains. We love to hike. We love to do all these other things. But when we need to reset our attitude, our happiness, we head to a beach. And it's real easy when you're not on vacation, when you're just moving around when you want to.
Yes, the beach is very relaxing for us. It gives us that just sitting and listening the water, the waves. It just gives us a peace of mind, and we love that. For you, maybe going to ski or something like that. You can find that almost everywhere in the world.
So number 6, this is one that's probably what on most people's minds with the cost of living and inflation and everything else over the last several years, but it's pretty easy to live on a lot less, even just a minimal retirement in many places in the world. Now, we have lived in Europe as well as traveled in Europe, well over a year and a half. So lots of time in Europe. We've been in Asia for the better part of a year. We've been in Australia, New Zealand, et cetera. And what we've discovered is we spend on average less than half than what we did in the U.S. And we've had rental cars for entire months, and we've done all these other things that are horrible choices from the budget perspective, which we've talked about in other videos. But you really can live on a lot less.
Oh yeah, and if you're concerned about getting your Social Security money or your savings, you have access from anywhere in the world. So it's not a reason to be concerned about that part, I think.
Yeah, there's only like 4 countries that they won't let you get your, and you're not going there anyway.
No, we're not going there.
So, well, we especially aren't. But yes, you can get your access to your U.S. banks or Canadian banks, or you can access your pension and Social Security gets deposited automatically. It's really pretty easy to access, and ATMs, amazingly, they're all over the place. So between debit cards and Western Unions and ATMs and all that, you're fine. Don't stress about that part. You don't have to carry a bunch of money when you leave the country or anything like that. So number 7.
It's unfortunately safer and healthier in many other places.
Positive. That's a positive.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Yeah. The positive side of that is it is safer and healthier to live in other parts of the world or travel to other parts of the world. Sadly, the U.S. does not rank all that highly in some of these areas, like the Crime Safety Index, which basically is a measurement of crimes, violent and non. The U.S. ranks 89th out of 149 countries in that survey. That one is good. Being 89, not so much. Pretty much all of Asia, all of Europe are ahead, other than the ones you would think of that might not be. So, unfortunately, as you probably experienced in the U.S., I mean, just getting Amazon to deliver a package and not have it taken off your porch is hard to do. Now, yes. The second part of that is
the healthcare in the U.S. is 69th of 104 rated, so it's one of the worst healthcare systems in the world.
Yeah, and that's kind of that balance of cost versus quality. Obviously, the quality is phenomenal.
Phenomenal, yes.
But the cost is ridiculous.
Yeah.
As we've talked about in other videos, we spend dollars for prescriptions that cost us almost $100 at home. We spend $100 on an ambulance trip, or $20 on doctor visits, or we just had some MRIs and CAT scans during our physicals and some other issues, and it was a couple $100 versus $500 to $1,500 or more in the U.S.
Thousands, yes.
And that's without having big hospitalizations. And our insurance reimburses us for almost all of that. And our insurance costs us a fraction of what it did in the U.S. For travel insurance that covers us everywhere. To put it in perspective, the one place in the world we can't go, other than, of course, war-torn areas, is the United States on our travel insurance, because it's so out of control, cost-wise, that these international insurance companies don't want to cover you in the U.S. So you have to get a special rider policy to spend more than a little bit of time back there. So it's very sad, but you do not have to be afraid. The positive side of that is we've had healthcare issues and gone to hospitals and doctors all over the world
Mm-hmm.
and never felt like we were getting some third world backwater clinic, wondering if
No.
we're going to get, sugar pills instead. It's first class
Goodness.
everywhere. That's what they used to give people. So,
Okay. I never heard that before.
yeah.
So
But anyway,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Well, the next one is less stress in most other places.
Yeah, because you get to find your happy place. Even if
Mm-hmm.
you're doing the travel thing and you go to a place that you don't like, you're not stuck there. It wasn't like you moved there. You can pick up and move. I mean, the worst it costs you is some money for breaking out of an
Budget.
Airbnb stay or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just, if you move to, if you leave, if you're find a place or find a budget that works for you that is half of what you were spending at home, trust me, there's going to be a lot of less financial stress. Now that assumes that you have enough money to, to travel and have a budget and not feel stressed out about just the budget you're living on,
Mm-hmm.
which, hey, it happens times. You blow your budget up like our last month we talked about, but we were over by, $1,000 plus. We'd saved $1,000 the last couple months before that. You can go to low cost areas or really, as we call it, reset your budget. When you're in a Vietnam or a Thailand and you can literally, as a couple, live well for a couple $1,000s, that does wonders for your budget.
Yes, and it feels good.
Yeah, and the other part, and this is one little negative that we're going to throw in there, is it's nice if I don't turn on, CNN or any of the other news channels. I don't have to listen to all the toxic politics and
Mm-hmm.
people complaining. And sadly, the U.S. right now is just not a very happy place. And I'm not trying to make a comment on anybody, anywhere, anything. I'm just saying it is stressful just being there, not even in being involved in any of the other specific policies or actions going on either side.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
so number 9 is one of our favorite sayings that we've been talking about for years, which is,
You will never be younger.
yeah, sadly, we don't have the chance to turn back the clock. So if you can go now and enjoy it while you have, the opportunity and the ability, why wouldn't you? What's really going to keep you there? And again, I'm, family notwithstanding, but we have friends who travel for 1, 2, 3, 4 months at a time
Mm-hmm.
and then go home and they spend extended periods of time with the family and friends and activities and everything they love.
Mm-hmm.
But when the opportunity comes to go again, they go for extended. Now we've gone the other way. We haven't been back in a while. Not sure exactly when we're going back because there's just so many great places to go.
And I'm pretty sure they will prefer to come to see us wherever we are and enjoy a small vacation and the new places around the world.
Yeah, and we like that too because
Mm-hmm.
we love showing them the places where we're spending our time in.
Yeah.
And
And
finally,
the
number 10.
and the number 10, I think, is one of I have been experiencing that every year. You will probably never be healthier. But
Yes.
unfortunately, after 50, your health start to go, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the way I
So
put it is
crazy.
when you're young, you bend. When you get
Yes,
when you get
that's the
old,
best one.
you break.
Uh-huh.
You know, things that used to take hours or day to feel better from, whether it's a flu or a strain or whatever, takes days, even weeks. Like nothing bounces back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can lose weight, you can get in better shape, you can literally, cure your diabetes with better diet and less stress. And I mean, yes, you can get healthier in some situations, but the odds when you're in your 50s and 60s and 70s, are you suddenly finding the fountain of youth? Sorry, that's not going to happen. So while you have it, as much as you have today, take
Yes.
advantage of it. Because I hate to tell you, nobody lays on their deathbed wishing they'd worked more. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and again, we travel full time. You don't have to. You can travel as much as you want. Enjoy the places you love, whether that's home or other parts of the States or other parts of North America or wherever you love to go. But just a personal thing, we just found all these places we've gone all over the world amaze us every time. And, you know, the flexibility to say, all right, let's spend a month at the beach. we're bored now. Let's go somewhere else. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
we heard about this wonderful place, little village up in the mountains. Let's go spend a weekend. It really does provide us more than we ever imagined it could.
Yes. And going out to see how beautiful is this planet. I mean, that's priceless. So take advantage of the opportunity and do it.
Yeah. So those are our 10 reasons. Hopefully you have some you can add. Hopefully, if you disagree with us, you can put the comment in there. We'd love to have that discussion. If you got any suggestions for places we can go.
Yes.
But if you enjoy the video, give us a like, maybe subscribe. We
Yes.
appreciate it.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Happy
Bye.
travels.